a video cut out. Also, I'm not going to talk about that too much because I just want y'all to be just as surprised as God intended y'all to be when He shows His hand in all of this and knocks you out from underneath the rug that you're standing on. That high horse you're sitting on, I want to see the look on your face when you fall down. And I'm not going to be the one to tell you all the details. The right people are going to tell you all the details when it's in due time. So moving right along, I'm just going to speak a little bit on my life. And my life has been excruciating. It has been devastating. It has been trying. It has been so, what I felt like at the time, undeserving. But what I have realized over the past few months, honestly, really all starting in October, if you must know, which my Mimi, my grandma Sandra, passed away September 30th of 2024. And she was just like me. She was such a beautiful woman. I mean, there's not one thing. I've never, there's not one thing I could say bad about her. I've never seen her act out of character. I've only seen herself, seen her conduct herself with poise and grace. You know? Poise and grace. Okay? And she was special, just like me, you know? But she lived in a time, she lived in a world, and she was the matriarch of her family. She protected them, you know? And she knew the people that could and could not handle certain information about her, about them, about me. You know? So she lived her life the way that she was supposed to the full extent. Okay? But she passed the torch to me when she passed away. And when she passed away, that is when my spiritual gifts came to light. That is where my whole entire world changed, you know? And in the beginning, there were certain family members of mine that I tried to speak the truth to. You know, I'm like, hey, this is happening to me. I'm scared, you know? Please come and see me so I can show you what's happening to me, okay? Or, you know, and then it came to a point I was like, okay, nobody's going to come and see me. So, I'm just going to make a video or we'll FaceTime and you can see. And they still didn't even believe me, you know? And that's okay, because I understand that the human mind is only going to comprehend what it wants to. And if you're a closed-minded thinker, tunnel vision thinker, or one-way thinker, or, you know, whatever the case is, to where... Where's that car, maybe? To where you're you know, totally fine with co-signing your life to oblivion and being, you know, naive, really, in a sense, to, you just don't want to believe it, so you're going to think of every, you know, reason underneath the sun to discredit what I'm saying. And that's all right, because I know who I am, and I know. You know? Dag nabbit, I wish I could find this one particular card from Mimi. Where you at, though? Where you at, though? Can I listen this one? Oh, what is this one? This is from my Mimi, and she wrote it around Christmas time. But she said, I just want to say I love you, Amy Lynn. And you have and always will be very special to me. You, Amy Lynn, are very special to me. So anyways, when she passed away, like, that's when all these things started happening, these changes in my life, you know? And for a long time I was upset, you know, like, with God, when she passed, not for a long time, for a short amount of time. That was the first and only time I've ever really been angry at God, because I was just like, what? How? Why her? Why her? You know? And I prayed, and I was like, Heavenly Father, I know that I have a purpose in this life. There's no reason why you would put me here and make me go through the things that I've gone through if it wasn't for a reason. God, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know why you put me here. Please help me know this. Whatever lesson it is that I need to learn, please help me learn, because I don't want to keep going through these hardships. They are literally breaking me. You know, if there's a lesson that you need me to learn, tell me what the lesson is. I'll learn it. I promise you I will. I'll do the work. I'll do whatever it is that you need me to do, because I don't want to be rebellious against you. I don't want to be stagnant in this worldly way of thinking. I want to be who you created me to be. I want to be the daughter of God. You know, your daughter. Help me understand. And after that prayer, I literally sat there and I talked to each 4 family members of mine near and dear to my heart that has passed. My grandmama, my granddaddy, my Uncle Artie, and I saved Mimi for last because I just lost her. And y'all, the next day, my whole entire world changed. I knew what my purpose was. I didn't know the details. I didn't know what it fully encompassed, but I knew that my purpose was so much greater than I ever could have imagined it to be, you know? And I've cultivated it. I've honed in. I've done the research daily. I do the research. And I'm not talking about just listening to tarot readings, which, mind you, those do play an intricate part in my day and in my life, because those things are spot on. I'm like, get out of my head. How did y'all know my life better than me? But the greatest lesson that I've learned through my research of ancestry, through my research of the scriptures, the Bible, of you know, all kinds of things, is that I had to go through hell on earth. I had to experience those deplorable things by deplorable people so that I could be broken, so that God could mold me into my purpose. I had to go through these things because there's no way that I could relate to a majority of the people in the world if I haven't experienced life, like true brutal life. And intertwined throughout that, I got to experience the most purest forms of joy, i.e. my children, i.e. love, i.e. appreciating the simple things in life, which that journey started in 2021. You know, 2020 is when I really started praying regularly, daily. Like, on my way to work, I spent my entire car ride to work talking out loud to God, okay, crying, you know. And during that time, people told me that I worked with, like, later on, you know, years later, that, man, Amy, when I left and I went to Indianapolis for 2 years, and almost 2 years, and well, I guess it really was 2 years, actually. But I left, and when I came back to South Carolina, they were like, you were always such a beautiful person, like a beautiful spirit. Like, you were just, you know, you loved people so much. You're so caring to the patients. Like, you took it above and beyond. I literally would get off work, you know, at 5 o'clock or whatever, and I would go to patients' rooms and I would spend hours with them organizing their closet, or, you know, one in particular, one of my patients, him is like my everything. That's my family right there. Oh man, he is a fighter. He is a soldier. I'm telling you, we were the same age, and he was a gunshot wound patient. He came in on a ventilator, and I mean, he's doing amazing now. But anyways, he loved music, and before this happened to him, he played the guitar. He has a voice of an angel. And anyways, his cousin that lived out west, she mailed some of his favorite CDs. So I would go, and because he couldn't use his hands at that time, and I would go and put the CD in his case, or in the player, and put his headphones on and let him listen to that whole CD. And then I'd take it out and I would change it to another one before I left, so that it would occupy his time until supper, you know? And that was so, like, changing for me, you know? But long story short, the bad stuff that happens to you in life, that you think, does God love me? Why is he doing this to me? If he loves me so much, then why is he letting this happen? It's because his will is so much greater than yours. And you cannot be who he intended you to be without experiencing trials, without experiencing hardships. Because in every single one of those, like it or not, there's a lesson to be learned. You know? And once you learn that lesson, you're not going to experience those same things, not to that capacity, you know? They say, like, higher levels of divinity, closer to God, different levels of the devil, you know, the adversary. So that's never going to go away. You're always going to have lessons, and you're always going to have hardships. You're always going to have, you know, pain and sadness, but it's going to be in different levels. You're going to see your life so differently, like I see mine. Like, it's crazy, because the things that, I mean, were so minute, so minuscule, they literally shattered me to a bazillion pieces, and it would take me days, weeks, months to get up. I'm sitting here thinking I got the worst case of depression ever been diagnosed to a person in mental illness history. But no. Now that I have learned myself, I have learned God, I have learned divine purpose of the universe. What do they call it? It's equivalent to chump change. I ain't got no change, but that's chump change in the non-monetary sense, which is really how I live my life. All this money, all these things, designer, let me have like this done to my face, and you have to look a certain way. No. I tell you what, my greatest joys, my greatest treasures, my greatest attributes in life are not materialistic. I ain't got to have nothing but a podunk pile of dirt, you know, to play with outside, and I'm going to be the happiest turkey in the lot, all right? I just love the simple joys. Little boys, that came out weird. Little joys in life. I call them little bubbles of joy. That's why that little typo came out. But I love little boys too, my baby boy. You know? I got one in here, and I got one right here. You know? I love my baby girls. I got one right here. I got Peanuts by my bed. I was thinking about her last night. And I got another one right here. So, this hair is just not happy with it today, but it's okay. So yeah, this video is long. Gotta stop it. Love y'all.